Throughout our lives, we encounter a variety of experiences that challenge us, transform us, and make us reflect on what it means to be human. One of these experiences, perhaps one of the most intimate and personal, is the relationship we maintain with our sexuality as we age. Today, I wish to take you on a journey that explores the nuances of sexuality after the age of 50, from a deep reflection to a touching story. On this journey, we will discover together how the lack of sex can affect men and women at this stage of life, and how a couple faces this challenge with love, communication, and determination. We will connect the reflections on the implications of the lack of sex after 50 years with the story of Juan and Maria, a couple who find themselves in the midst of this personal struggle. Through their story, we will explore how the lack of physical intimacy can emotionally impact a relationship, but also how love and commitment can be the force that guides them toward a new understanding of intimacy and pleasure in their life together. As we reach maturity, many aspects of our lives undergo transformations, and sexuality is no exception. However, although sexual preferences and needs may change over time, the importance of intimacy and emotional connection remains essential for our overall well-being. For men, the lack of sex after 50 can lead to a series of both physical and emotional challenges. From a physical standpoint, the decrease in sexual activity can have repercussions on cardiovascular and hormonal health, as well as contribute to prostate-related issues. Additionally, the lack of sex can negatively affect the immune system and the quality of sleep. Emotionally, the decrease in sexual activity can provoke feelings of frustration, low self-esteem, and even depression in some cases. The intimate connection with their partner may fade, leading to a sense of disconnection and loneliness. On the other hand, women also experience changes in their sexual life after 50, especially during menopause. The decrease in estrogen levels can result in changes in sexual desire and vaginal lubrication, which can make sexual intercourse less enjoyable or even painful. Additionally, women may experience a decrease in libido and a loss of confidence in their sexual attractiveness. These changes can deeply affect their self-esteem and their relationship with their partners. In the context of marital relationships, the lack of sex after 50 can have significant consequences. Physical intimacy is a crucial component of a healthy relationship, and its absence can lead to tensions and resentment between partners. The lack of intimate connection can lead to emotional disconnection and a sense of loneliness, even when sharing the same bed. In many cases, the lack of sexual satisfaction can open the door to infidelity or the search for gratification outside the relationship, which can jeopardize the stability and trust within the relationship. Despite these challenges, it is important to remember that it is never too late to revitalize sexual life and intimacy in a relationship. Open and honest communication with your partner is fundamental to addressing both parties' sexual concerns and desires. Exploring new forms of intimacy and pleasure can help keep the spark alive in the relationship. Additionally, taking care of physical and emotional health is essential for maintaining a satisfying sexual life after 50. This includes a balanced diet, regular exercise, and stress management techniques to maintain optimal health. In conclusion, the lack of sex after 50 can significantly impact physical and emotional health, as well as marital relationships. However, with a willingness to communicate openly and honestly with your partner, the readiness to explore new forms of intimacy and pleasure, and a focus on personal care and health, it is possible to maintain a full and satisfying sexual life in maturity. Always remember that the key lies in love, respect, and connection with your partner, and that it is never too late to seek happiness and satisfaction in all areas of our lives. Now, my dear friends, we have reached the long-awaited story that surely resembles the experience of many of you who are listening to me. And with this, I do not want you to feel bad in any way. On the contrary, through this story, I would like to give you a ray of hope, like a beacon that illuminates and clarifies our understanding of sexuality at this point in life, filling you with the courage to face these issues with wisdom and patience. Without further ado, let's begin the story. Once upon a time, there was a middle-aged couple, Juan and Maria, who had shared a life full of love, adventures, and challenges. They had met in college and since then had been inseparable, facing together the ups and downs that life had presented to them. However, as the years went by and they approached their 50s, they began to notice changes in their sexual life that worried them. Juan, a passionate and hardworking man, began to experience a decrease in his libido and difficulties maintaining an erection. At first, he tried to ignore these symptoms, attributing them to stress and fatigue from work. However, over time he realized that something more was happening. He felt frustrated with himself and worried about the impact this might have on his relationship with Maria. On the other hand, Maria, a strong and understanding woman, also noticed changes in her sexual desire and the way her body responded to intimacy. Menopause had brought with it a series of hormonal changes that affected her libido and vaginal lubrication, making pleasurable sexual relations difficult. Despite her love for Juan, Maria felt insecure and worried about the future of their sexual life and relationship. Over time, the lack of sex began to affect the emotional connection between Juan and Maria. What used to be a relationship full of passion and complicity was becoming a relationship marked by distance and awkwardness. Both felt lonely in their struggle to keep the spark alive in their sexual life. However, instead of giving in to the situation, Juan and Maria decided to face this challenge together. They sat down and had an honest and sincere conversation about their sexual concerns and desires. They talked about how they felt and what they could do to improve their sexual life and emotional connection. They decided to explore new forms of intimacy and pleasure, experimenting with longer foreplay, sensual massages, and sex toys. They also sought professional help, consulting a sex therapist who provided them with tools and techniques to improve their communication and sexual life. Over time, Juan and Maria began to rediscover pleasure and intimacy in their relationship. They learned to accept and adapt to the changes that age had brought, finding new ways to connect physically and emotionally. Their love and mutual commitment strengthened as they overcame this challenge together. Ultimately, Juan and Maria understood that the lack of sex after 50 did not have to mean the end of their sexual life or relationship. With love, communication, and a willingness to explore new forms of intimacy, they discovered that passion and pleasure could endure at any age. They learned that true intimacy goes beyond the sexual act itself. It resides in the deep connection and shared love between two people. And so, over time, Juan and Maria found new happiness and satisfaction in their sexual life and relationship, proving that true love can overcome any obstacle. My dear friends, we have reached the end of today's video, and it has been a pleasure sharing this time together, exploring deep reflections and touching stories. I would love to hear your opinions on today's reflection and story. Do you identify with any part? What do you think about the importance of sexuality after 50 and how it affects relationships? Don't forget to leave your comments below the video. Your opinions and experiences enrich our community. If you haven't done so yet, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future videos and to like the video if you enjoyed today's content. See you in the next video. Until soon.